right now there's a little moment with you, Kits Fits.
Yeah.
Tell me about Kits Fits.
I like.
And where is my fit stand? My fit today in terms of.
Do you know what, Cody?
Kits
You
Fits.
are dressed to the nines. Yeah, you're
I knew you were coming.
Yeah, you're kind of the 007 of the company.
That's
I'd
dude.
say
That's the
that.
biggest Bond mark on the planet.
Oh, really?
My gosh, dude.
Well, let me say this: 00
This
sexy.
guy. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
honestly, and I tried to go a bit suit themed today for you. Let me say that. But clothes is something I've always had an interest in. My mum's a seamstress.
Of course.
And I think that inspires me. My wife does a bit of sewing, and it's something that I'm getting into.
Yeah.
I'm still at the basic level. I'm making my little bags with a zip. I'm good with a zip now, but it's just something I'd like to get into, and it's something that has an interest in me, something I care about. So something I want to. It feels like a shade of myself and a shade of the character that I can bring in through social media that kind of gives layers,
Dude, not to call you dude, but my discovery is you're not a character at all. You're that.
Well,
I feel like I didn't pick it up until just real man, you are you turned up.
Well, yeah, catch me on a Wednesday and I'm dressed the same. Catch me in Target and I'm.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you getting in Target? What are you doing in Target?
What am I getting?
I love a Target run.
What am I getting? I'm a big vinyl guy. So
They do have them, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll always walk. They have a limited selection. They have a lot of the mainstream stuff, but I'll take that. So I just got Charlie XX Wuthering Heights vinyl from Target. Yeah. But yeah, normally the food shop. They do a good ground beef that's like 96.4%.
And you're making your own food.
I love to cook. Yeah. Again, me and my wife love to cook. We're cooking all day long. Yeah.
How long have you been married?
We got married twice. Let me say that.
Okay. Okay.
So
double marriage.
Yeah. How long did we go here? We were in NXT UK together.
Yeah.
Well, I met her on the Indies. She was wrestling in Japan. Shout out, legend Stevie.
Shout out. Double marriage.
And then we were in NXT UK together. Me and Elton got offered to come to NXT, so we moved. But I moved without her. At this point we're engaged. So we didn't really know if she was ever going to get asked to come to NXT.
Yeah.
So we did a little Orlando courthouse marriage.
Solid.
Yeah, and I think you'll find a lot of fellow roster members have actually done a courthouse marriage. I've seen a few similar pictures.
CUSA, baby.
Yeah.
Get you in, yeah.
And that was August 1st. I loved it. Yeah, it was a fantastic. But when then she did get asked to come to NXT, she had a stint at NXT, and obviously we're living in the thing. So then we went to Vegas and we got married in the mountains. It was beautiful. And that was, you get me in trouble here.
No, don't worry about
September.
Yeah, you don't have to remember.
23rd.
Wow.
But the year is a bit muddly.
Yeah.
20.
You see, the date is fine.
Yeah. September.
He knew the date.
September.
I'm a September 12th.
Oh, okay.
So
there we go.
You knew the date. Just know the date.
Yeah.
You're good.
But we've been together 7 years. I love her. You're a dog guy. We've got cats.
Really?
I'm a big cat guy. The kitty cat.
Yeah.
But but just to jump back to the previous thing, I think the reason this hits so hard for me in terms of character and presentation on television and my future success is I think that I've hit something that feels right to me. I feel like I found my voice. I remember saying that to you on text maybe a month ago or something. I feel like I found my voice.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is the start of success, This is the early days of what you'll look back on and be like, oh, that's when it clicked for him. That's when he grows.
Most important question I'm going to ask you because I think you're right.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Yeah,
good.
I'm loving it. To speak to you saying just say yes. I know you recently said that to a group of us.
I was hot, dude.
Well,
I was hot, man.
Well, I was on the treadmill.
Just do the appearance, guys.
Well, I was on the treadmill.
Please.
I was on the treadmill at home on Tuesday morning in my garage. I was walking. I was getting my steps in. Me and my wife were about to go to Disney, but I get a call and they say, "Can you fly to Chicago tonight to do some improv the next day with R-Truth?" And you bet I said yes.
Yeah, because I think my exact words were, "Challenge you not to say no."
Yeah. And I'm a yes guy anyway. I'm a yes boy.
I now am mad, though, that you missed this day. We owe you a day at Disney with your wife.
She loves Disney and we go a lot. I'll say that. Yeah. And Matt's trying to get me to go. I'm trying to go with Chelsea. I'm not trying to go with Matt.
No, Chelsea's a better, but don't. We used to go all the time.
Really?
And I had a child, and then he's like, oh. The
child ruined it.
The place is for children in the first place, dog. You see it through their eyes, man. Like, come on, dude. But he's not. We don't see each other like that anymore.
Really, I think we're on the same path. Actually,
we needed the conversation that him and I just had. It's been a minute. So.
Really?
Yeah. You did improv with Truth.
Yeah, so we did a Second City in Chicago.
Jeez.
Yeah, we did some training.
Yeah.
And I'm a big, obviously I'm English, so I didn't have these channels growing up, but I loved 30 Rock as a teenager, which got me into SNL. So I was watching SNL on YouTube. And then, so I've always kind of been aware of it and known it. And then, so as soon as they said, you want to do Second City Improv with our truth.
You got a favorite SNL cast member?
Oh, I love Carl Mooney. Do you know Carl Mooney?
Yes.
Yeah, Beck and Carl, them together.
Kyle is part of Street Fighter.
Oh, was he?
Yes, he is. Yes, he was on. So we didn't cross paths on the set, right? But what was happening on the set was a lot of heavy hitters in their fields.
Yeah, you did
50 Cent, Roman Reigns, like a lot of heavy hitters. So every weekend was an event.
Right.
Hey, the director will be making dinner for the cast. Hey, the lead would like you all to come to this club. Hey, and you weren't directly texting. I thought, I'll take it up a notch and do a yacht. Let's go out on a yacht. Also, I'm in Australia. I don't get to see this at all.
Yeah.
I'll actually get to see a little of it. So I send the invite out. And she's asking, her name was Jackie. She's saying, who? I'm saying everybody. Like as many people as we can get on the boat.
Get 'em in.
The cast, whatever. And they were saying, well, do you make sure you invite Kyle? No. But we never crossed paths. So I was like, what? Is he in the movie? Like, and then he's obviously in the movie, whatever. But that was my one little interaction with him, and he killed it in the stuff he did. I'm not trying to give anything away, but he's so talented, and what a great pick, by the way.
Yeah, no. So I watched Beck and Kyle in Good Neighbor. They were in their sketch group was Good Neighbor. I used to watch them on YouTube. So then they went to SNL. I was hyped. So Carl Mooney, Beck is really big. Do you have a favorite? Because I've got a few.
Mine are old.
Yeah, because I'm a certain generation.
Like Norm is like mine are like old, but it's not not the nostalgia as much. I'm good for. I'm trying to think from a new perspective because I still watch pretty consistently.
Yeah, I like Mikey Day.
Yeah,
Mikey Day's really.
That might be. I might be right there.
And he doesn't really kind of. He's kind of quite subtle in his performance. You know, he doesn't.
Colin. I mean, they got a great crew right now.
Yeah, they really do. I think they're hitting.
Yeah. I was Kyle for SNL, only a hard right here, only because you mentioned 007 and you being, we consider anyone from England the expert on MI6 and the Bond program. And we also, most Americans probably think it's real. And hell, it might be.
It's real.
Do you have a favorite Bond?
Oh, that's a great question. So I think growing up, my generation, my first like video game console was like PlayStation 2 and GameCube. Yeah. But I was just young enough.
Nightfire, yeah.
But I was just young enough to have like my older brother and my best friend's older brothers have the N64.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of time with the N64 in. So GoldenEye.
Yeah.
So I think when I picture 007, I think he looks like Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
However, I think growing up a little bit more, I start leaning towards Daniel.
Pierce Brosnan was my Bond. I like all the Bonds.
Yeah.
But Pierce Brosnan was my Bond. And I remember telling my dad that one time. My dad went off on
who did he go for?
Sean Connery.
Yeah, that's my dad as well.
And I was like, well, I haven't seen these movies. Like, this is the first one I've ever seen. Like, I don't know the lore. Yeah. And then like Roger Moore's they're all incredible in their own way, and like currently where things are now, my gosh, as far as the series goes. But yeah, Brosnan, 007, 4 players playing. That's incredible. Your older brothers though, you said, like that's older.
Yeah, that's my older brother. We had like best friends that we kind of had an older brother as well. It was them as well.
We used to do these things at my house where we would play old retro. They shouldn't be, but they're retro consoles. Yeah. So we do LAN parties. But this was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
My idea of a fun night. I don't like to go out. I'm very homebody. My idea of a fun night is to do, everyone comes to my house and I plug in 4 OG Xboxes to each other, 4 TVs, because I have an empty room where we just put them back to back and we do a LAN party. I'm saying this and I'm regretting every bit of it.
And what we're playing?
And then like RGB, like in terms of, we'd also have an old school 64 to upscaled. I ordered this thing off. God, this is so ridiculous. I have so much equipment in just boxes. But we'd play Halo, OG Halo, which was always a blast. And you have to get 4 Xboxes for this. So the amount of just hardware.
Yeah, we're going.
Now, but we were playing 007. We're playing GoldenEye, right? when we would do it. Mario Strikers is another great. The OG. Yeah. So we're playing GoldenEye, and there was a lot of young people in the group. To see a young person hold a Nintendo 64 controller, they're offended and they don't know how to work it. That in the center, like
the free and
they don't understand how you're supposed to hold this. I'm like, well, technically you hold it here, but for this game, and it's really wild to see someone flat out not be able to play GoldenEye because they don't know, like, well, how's he looking up and how, like, it's auto aim. I don't know if you remember auto aim, like
slightly,
thing, or karate. You know, that's the chop. You get up behind somebody. Gosh, that's a time. But Pierce Brosnan's your Bond, huh?
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan's my Bond. And to go back to the pictures, one of my pictures was a 007-esque gimmick. Yeah, I really felt like I could. I felt like there was something there to channel.